The first trick is photo restoration. It has never been easier to restore a photo using Photoshop. So once you open up the picture you want to restore inside the Photoshop, all you have to do is duplicate your layer by pressing on Command J or Ctrl J and just come to your filter, click on Neural Filters right here. Once you click on Neural Filters, just scroll all the way down until you see Photo Restoration and just turn it on. I'm just going to process on device. So let's just wait for it to finish processing right now so you can see the before and the after. Alright, so let's see the before and after. See the before and the after. Now, if you want to remove those scratches on the image, those lines, just come to this scratches reduction and just take it up and it will automatically remove those scratches for you. So now, let's just wait for it to process. Now you can see all the scratches are gone. So, see the before and the after. The before and the after. So as you can see, we successfully restored these pictures. But this picture lack color. So to add color to this image, just come to colorize right here and just check it. I'm just going to add colors to the image. So let's just wait for it to process right now. And you can see it has added color to this image. So let's see the before and after. See the before and the after. The before and the after. And from here, just click on OK. Now what you can do from here, you can just take your time, go inside the image and just remove this part right here. So I'll just pick the remove tool and just try to remove this part right here. Also, remove this part, remove this line right here. Just click on OK. So take a look at the before and after. See the before and the after. The before and the after. Now, that is just one of the many tricks I have for you in this video. The second trick is fixing white balance. So take a look at this image right here. Let's say you don't know the white balance to use for this image. Obviously, the white balance is off. Now, to get the correct white balance, with the image selected, I'll come to my adjust or color. Just look for white balance. Once I open my white balance, I'm going to click on this picker tool right here. Once I select this picker tool, I'm going to click on any black, white, or gray part of the image to get it close to accurate white balance. So if I just zoom in, you just click on this black inside the eyes, you can see it has given me close to accurate white balance. So see the before and the after. The before and the after. Also, I'm going to reset it and just try to click on any white part of the image. So with the picker tool still selected, I'm going to click on this white right here on the eyeball. You can see close to accurate white balance. So let's see the before and after. The before and the after. Also, let me reset it and click on the gray part of the image. So I'm going to reset it. So I want to pick my picker tool and just click on this gray part right here. You can see it gives me close to accurate white balance. But if I just reset it and click on any other color, you can see the white balance is off. So make sure you are clicking on only the white part of the image, the gray part of the image, and the black part of the image. Now you can do this inside of Camera Raw and Lightroom as well. So to do the same side of Lightroom, just come to Lightroom, click on Develop, come to the white balance, click on this picker tool, select the gray part of the image as you can see. Also, you can select the dark part of the image right here to get a close to accurate white balance. Now, if you think the first two tricks are useful, wait till you see the rest of the tricks I have for you in this video. Now, trick number 3 is people masking instead of Lightroom and Camera Raw. Now, this is not your regular masking. With this people masking, if you have a group of pictures, you can select a particular person and make adjustments to that particular person from the group. Let me just show you what I mean. So if I just open this picture inside of Photoshop and I want to work on only the groom, so what I can do, I just duplicate my background layer by pressing on Command J or Ctrl J. If I duplicate my layer, I'll come to my filter and just click on Camera Filter right here. So like I said, if I want to work on only the groom, I'll come to my mask right here and just click on this people right here. So you can see this people right here. You just wait for it to load. Alright. Right now you can see it's finding people in the photo. So you're just going to look for everybody present in the photo and you can mask each individual out and work on them separately. Alright. Okay, it has finished processing. Now you can see we have person 1. If I just click on this person 1, just take a look at this canvas right here on the frame. This person 1 right here, you can see the selection, it's on the person 1. If I click on person 2 is selected. Person 3, you can see the mask around the person. Then person 4. Now if I want to work on this groom right here, I'm going to click on person 3. I'm just going to select only the groom for me. But that's not all. With this mask right here, I can choose to select only the face of the groom. So if I want to work on only the face of the groom, let me just zoom in. Alright, now if I want to work on only the face of the groom, I can click on this face mask right here. I'm just going to select only the groom's face. If I want to work on the body, click on this body skin right here. It's going to select only the skin of the groom. Also, I can work on the eyebrows, the eye pupils, the lips, the teeth, the hair, and the clothes. So you can mask out all these things separately for each individual. Alright, so let's say I want to work on the groom. So I'm going to click on entire person and just click on create mask. So right now, any adjustment I make is going to be affecting only the groom. So let's say I want to increase the exposure of the groom. I'm going to come here and just increase the exposure. You can see it's affecting only the groom. Also, decrease the exposure if I want to do that. If I want to add saturation, I can add saturation. If I want to remove saturation, I can remove saturation from the groom. Now let's say I want to change this green on this guy shirt right here. I want to change the green on the shirt. What I can do, I'll come back to create new mask, click on people mask, and this time I'm going to select person 4. Now since I want to change the green on his shirt, I'm going to click on close right here. Once I click on close, I'm going to click on create mask. So only the close on person 4 is selected. For example, if I take the exposure up, you can see it's affecting only the close. It's not affecting the face or the skin, just the close. All right. Now, like I said, I want to change the green of its close. So what I can do, I'm going to scroll the way down, click on this point color right here. Once I click on it, sample the green on the dress. And what I'm going to do from here, I want to play with the saturation just to change the color of the green on the shirt. So I'm going to play with the hue and saturation to change it, as you can see. So this is one trick you can use to mask out each individual person inside of Camera Raw. And like I said, you can do the same thing inside of Lightroom. So let's say, for example, let me come back to Lightroom. I want to work on only the hair of this model. What I can do, I'll come to masking. Once I come to masking, I'm going to wait for these people to detect. All right, so let's just wait for it to detect the model. So once it detects the subject, I'm going to click on this person 1 right here because we just have a single person on the frame. So that's why it's showing only one person. So I'm going to click on person 1. And if I want to work on only the hair, so let's say I want to make the hair soft, I can just click on hair right here and just click on create mask. And any adjustment is going to affect only the hair. So I'm going to come scroll the way down. I'll come to texture. So let's look for texture. And just take the texture of the hair down a little bit to make it soft. So take a look at the hair. You can see how soft it's looking. So see the way it was before. You can see the textures. So if I remove the textures, I'm going to take it down to remove textures. If you want to add textures, you can just add textures to the hair. So basically, that is how that people masking work inside of Lightroom and Camera Raw. And trick number 4 is adaptive presets. Now this feature also works inside of Camera Raw and Lightroom, and they work the same way. Let me show you how it works. So I'm doing clear background layer by pressing on Command J, come back to filter and click on Camera Raw filter right here. So once you open our image inside of Camera Raw, just come to your preset right here, and you can see we have adaptive portrait, adaptive sky, adaptive subject, and adaptive blur background. But the one I use here is this adaptive subject right here. So if I want to make my image pop, I can just click on pop right here. I'm just going to make my image pop, as you can see. So see the before and the after. Also, you can add one pop. So see the before and the after. But the one I use here is this soft right here. I use soft, so I can click on soft just to soften out the skin of my subject. So let's just click on pop right here to explain. And the best part about this adaptive preset is once you select anyone, you have the amount slider right here. So you can choose the amount of pop you want, as you can see. So if I take it up, I'm adding more pop to my image. So see the before and the after. And if I take the slider down, I'm reducing the amount of pop I want on my image. So like I said, you can add one pop, soft, cool soft, vibrance, glow, what you want on your image. Also, we have this adaptive portrait right here. So if you want to enhance the eyes of your image, you can just click on this eyes, whiten eyes right here, or enhance eyes. So if I just click on this enhance eyes and I take the slider all the way up to 200, just take a look at the eyes. You can see the effect. So let's see the before and after. See the before and the after. So you can choose to play with the amount you want for the eyes. So this is how this adaptive preset actually works, and you can do the same thing inside of Lightroom. Like I said earlier, it's basically the same way with Camera Raw and with Lightroom Classic. Now, another thing I want you to know inside of this adaptive preset, any adjustment you make is going to open as a mask. So it automatically creates a mask for you. So if I just come to my mask right here, you can see the eyes is selected as a mask. So if I just click on show overlay, you can see right now our eyes is selected. And from here, you can actually make manual adjustments to the eyes if you want to. Also, we select the subject and make it pop. So if I just click on this pop right here, you can see our subject is selected, and from here you can go inside and make manual adjustments to the subject just like that. So I want you to know that. Now, trick number 5 is my personal favorite tool inside of Camera Raw, and it's called the lens blur. Now, if you know me personally, you might have seen me use this lens blur for almost all my images, because I use it for almost all my images, because it just blurs your background naturally and make it feel like you use a high-end lens that has a 1.4 aperture. Let me just show you how it works. So once I open this image inside of Photoshop, I'm going to duplicate the background layer by pressing Command J or Ctrl J. Remember, we'll come back to our filter and we'll just click on Camera Raw filter right here. So once the image opens inside of our Camera Raw, I'm going to scroll all the way down and just look for lens blur right here. So I'm going to click on lens blur. And by the way, this feature is only available in the latest version of Camera Raw. Alright, so once I click on it, I'm just going to wait for it to process, and Camera Raw or Adobe will just do its thing. Alright, it has finished processing. So if I just zoom in, you can see, let's see the before and after. So, see the before and the after. Amazing, right? The before and the after. And that's not all. You can actually add more blur to the image. So with the blur amount, you can take it up to 100 if you want to add more blur to the image. But for me, I think about 60 works for me for this particular image. Now if I zoom in, you can see some part of the image are not blur. If I want to make them blur, I can actually do it manually. So to do it manually, all I have to do is scroll all the way down and just click on this blur tool right here. Once I click on this blur, I just change the amount to about 100% and also the brush size and the flow right here. Now all I can do is just paint on this part right here, and it's just going to blur this part for me. Also, I'm going to paint on this part right here to blur this part for me. Now let's take a look at the before and after. See the before and the after. The before and the after. And if you want to add a place in focus, just click on this focus brush as an example and just paint on this part right here to bring this place back in focus. But I'm just going to blur it because I want it blurred. Alright? Now, another thing I like about this lens blur is you have the ability to change bouquet right here. So with this bouquet option, if I just click on this second one, because this second one is my favorite, just take a look at the background and see what's happening in the background. So this is the default. This is the second one. You can see the bouquet or bokeh. So let's see the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. So this fourth one and the second one is my favorite. So I'm going to go with the second one. And I think I'll just take the amount of the blur down a little bit to about 50 or 49 to make it look more natural, because I don't want to go overboard with this. Alright, so I think 49 works for me. So for me, I'm going to click on OK. It's just going to open the image inside of Photoshop. Now let me just zoom in so I can show you the before and the after. So see the before and the after. The before and the after, looking so much better. So this is my favorite camera filter of all time. Now trick number 6 is unbelievable. It's mind-blowing. It's called the AI denoise, and this works with Lightroom and Camera Raw as well. So if I just come to my file and just drag and drop an image that has a lot of noise, so let's come to this image right here. So if I click and drag this image inside of Camera Raw, I personally shoot this image to have a lot of noise so I can use it to demonstrate this video. Alright, so if I just zoom in on this image, you can see the noise of the image is looking too much. So with the AI denoise, I'm going to scroll all the way down and I'm going to see AI denoise right here, which is this noise reduction. So I'm going to click on denoise. Once I click on that denoise, it's going to open this enhance box for me. So from here, you have to do is click on this denoise right here. I'm just going to automatically denoise it, and you only have one option. So you can choose the amount of noise reduction you want. So let's use 50 for the sake of this tutorial, like this. So let's see the before and after. You can see, look at the noise on the image, take a look at the eyes, the before and the after. The before and the after. And like I said, this is really mind-blowing. And from here, just click on enhance right here, and Camera Raw or Adobe AI will just do its thing and try to reduce the noise while still keeping the details on the image. Now you can see this image was shot with ISO 25,600. Even if you don't go as high as this, if you shoot at ISO 5,000, you can actually recover more details on your image with this AI denoise. Alright, so it has finished loading. Let's see the before and after. So you can see how good it is. I can still see some details on my image. So see the original one. You can see how noisy it is, and this is the AI denoise. You can see, so the original one, the AI denoise, pretty good, right? And from here, you can choose to add more details to your image. So you can just come to sharpening, add more sharpening. Once you add more sharpening, scroll all the way down to textures, or all the way up to textures rather, and add a little bit of textures, as you can see, like this, to bring back some details on your image. So let's see the before and the after. The before and the after. So this is my second favorite camera feature. And like I said earlier, you can do the same thing inside of Lightroom. It's basically the same thing. Now, one thing I want you to know about this AI denoise inside of Lightroom and camera is it only works on raw file. So if you upload a JPEG, you are not going to see the denoise option. If you upload a PSD file, you are not going to see the denoise option. If you upload a TIFF file, you are not going to see the denoise option. So it only works for raw image. I just want you to know that. So what I usually do, if I have noise on my image, I'll first of all remove the noise inside of camera or Lightroom and save the image as a PSD file or as a TIFF file, and then take it to Capture One to do my basic adjustment. So that's what I usually do personally. I just want you to know that. And trick number 7 is image rotation. So I do this especially when doing focus separation. Now sometimes when we are brushing an image when doing focus separation, it's hard to brush some particular part of the image. So what I usually do, I just press and hold arrow on my keyboard and just rotate my image so that it's going to be easier for me to work on the image. So you can just press arrow, rotate the image and work on, and just brush on where you want to brush. Once you are done, rotate it again, brush on where you want to brush. And after you're finished brushing your image, what you can do, just hold arrow on your keyboard and just click on reset view to reset it to default. So that's one trick I use when brushing my image using focus separation, and now you know as well. The last trick I have for you in this video is how to properly remove the solid from the background, especially if you want to change the background of a studio picture. But before I show you how to do that, let's go to trick number 8, which is adding borders or frame around your image. Now, I usually add that white frame for my image recently, and this is how I do it. So after doing your scale retouching, your color grading, just click the stamp visible area. Make sure it's the last thing you do on your image. So once you are done doing all the adjustment or all the retouching you want to do, create a stamp visible layer by pressing Command Option Shift E or Ctrl Shift Alternate E. After that, make a selection of the whole canvas by pressing Ctrl A or Command A if you're using a Mac. Once you have a selection like this, just come to your edit, just click on stroke right here. Once you click on stroke, for the width, you can choose between 50 to 100 or how large you want your width to be. Also, for the location, make sure inside is selected. Move the set to normal, opacity set to 100%. And for the color, you can choose any color you want, but I usually use white, so I'm going to use white and just click on OK. Now from here, I'm going to click on OK. I'm just going to add that white border around my image or that white frame around my image. Now from here, I'm going to remove the selection by pressing Command D or Control Z to deselect. Alright, so see the before and the after. The before and the after. And trick number 9 is apply previous camera adjustments to similar images. Now let me show you how to do that. Alright, so let's say I want to color grade this image and also this similar image right here. So if I come to this first image right here, so I come to filter and just come to camera filter. So once the image opens inside of camera filter, I'm just going to color grade it roughly. So I'll scroll the way down, come to calibration, blue primary, just add blue primary like this. Come to the HSL tab. So let me come to my HSL tab. I'm just going to take the saturation of the magentas, the purple, the blues, the aqua, a little bit of the greens, just like that. Also, I'll come to the luminous, take down the brightness a little bit, just like this. Alright, so let's see before and after. See the before and the after. Let me just add a more pronounced adjustment so you can see for the sake of this tutorial. So if I just add a little bit of magentas to the image like this, alright, so the before and the after. Let's say I like this color grading, which I won't do on a normal day, but let's say I like this color grading, so I'm going to click on OK. Once I click on OK, and I come to this similar image, and I want the similar color grading for this my image, what I can do, I'll come to my filter again, click on camera filter. When I click on camera filter, I'm going to click on these 3 dots right here, and just click on apply previous settings. I'm just going to apply that camera settings for me. But this only works if you are retouching similar pictures on a roll. So let's say you want to stop editing this picture and edit another picture and come back to this picture. So what you can do, after making the adjustment, just come here and just click on create presets. So you have to create this adjustment as a preset to save it. So click on create preset. I'm going to rename this one video. So let me rename this preset video and just click on OK and click on OK. So let's say I come to this image right here and I just make another adjustment. So I come to my camera filter and just make another adjustment. So let me just make a rough adjustment. All right, so like this and hit OK. Now, if I come back to this image and I want to color grade it the way I want, if I just come to filter, come to camera filter, click on this dot and click on apply previous setting, it's going to apply the settings of the previous image I did, but I don't want that. I want the one I did before to maintain the consistency. So to do that, I'm going to click on this three dot again and just click on reset to open. This time I want to click on presets, click on user presets, just look at that video right here and just apply it. So right now we have the color grading back, so you can just click on OK right here like that. So that's how you can apply previous camera setting or save presets inside of camera raw. Now the last trick is removing subject from a studio background. So let me show you how you can do that properly. So if I just come to this image right here, let me just remove this color grading. I really don't like the color grading, it's rubbish. So let me just remove the color grading. So if I want to cut out the subject from the background, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a stamp symbol layer because I don't want to affect any adjustment I make on this image. So I'm going to create a stamp symbol layer by pressing Command Option Shift E or Control Shift Alternate E. How to create a stamp symbol layer, I'm going to pick on any selection tool. The quick selection tool always works for me. So I'll click on the quick selection tool. With the quick selection tool selected, to get a more detailed and accurate selection, instead of clicking selected subjects, click on this arrow right here and click on cloud for a more detailed selection. And also make sure enhanced edge is selected to get a more smoother edges. So enhanced edge is selected, and from here just click on select subject. So once I select my subject, you can see Photoshop did a pretty amazing job, but we are going to refine the hair later. All right, so that this works for me. Now next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to invert the selection and make sure only the background is selected. Now to invert the selection, I'm going to press Command Shift I or Control Shift I to invert the selection. Once I do that, I'm going to press Command J or Control J to cut out the subjects from the background. So if I just hide all my subjects layer, you can see right now we have only the background. All right, so I'm going to turn on my subjects layer again, just like that. I'm going to rename this layer as subjects and rename this one above background. All right, so we have our subject layer and have a background layer. Now pay close attention. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to select my subject layer and bring back that selection. So instead of selecting the subject again, what I can do, I can hold Control or Command and just click on this background to bring back the existing selection. So let me do that again. With my subject layer selected, hold Command or Control and click on this background layer right here to bring back the selection. So I'm going to invert the selection again. So I'm going to press Command Shift I or Control Shift I. And right now the selection is on my subject, and I'm going to add a layer mask to hide the background instead of removing it. Now I've hide the background. So with the background layer selected, I'm going to drag it all the way down below my subject layer. So I'm going to bring the background I want to use right now. So I'll come to my Finder and just look for the background I want to use. So let's say I want to use this background right here. I'm going to click and just drag it inside of Photoshop like this and just resize it the way I want. That is works for me. I'm going to click on OK. All right. Now if I zoom in on this image, you can see the selection on the hair right here are not that accurate. All right. So to make it more accurate, just double click on this subject layer mask right here. Double click on it, and it's going to open your layer and mask for you. So once your layer and mask open, if I just zoom in now, you can see the selection on the hand and on the phone and also on the hair are not accurate. Now to make it more accurate, what you are going to do, you can either choose color aware from here or subject aware. So color aware is going to work for me for this image. Since it's a play background, I'm going to click on color aware. So once I select color aware, I'm going to scroll all the way down. Once I scroll all the way down, you're going to see this decontaminate color right here. So I'm going to click on decontaminate color. Once I click on it, you can see what happened to the hair. Now from here, I'm going to take the amount down to about 80. So 80 works for me. Now what I'm going to do from here, I'm going to click on this refine edge tool. Once I click on this refine edge tool, I'm just going to brush around where I want to fix or the edge of my image. All right. So with the refine edge tool selected, I'm just going to paint on the edges of the hair like this to make it look even more better. Alright, so you can see, I'm going to come to this part and just brush on the edges of this phone like this, just to make it look even more better. Alright, so let this work for me. So I'm still going to scroll the way down. So basically, I'm just going to do this for the whole edge of my image and anywhere that is not looking really, really good. Alright, so let this work for me. So just take your time to do it for your image. Alright, so from here, I'm going to make sure add space to a new layer and mask is selected and click on OK. Now, once I do that, it's going to, you can see we have subject copy right here. So I'm going to delete this one below because I don't need it anymore. So with this subject mask selected, I'm going to come to this part, zoom all the way in. You can see this color right here. I don't want that color. So to remove it, I'm going to pick my normal brush tool and just use a black brush because blacks hide. So I'm going to paint on this part right here just to remove those colors right there. I really don't want them. So remember to use a black brush and make sure you're painting on the layer mask and not the main subject. Make sure the layer mask is selected and just manually paint on where you want to remove like that. So you can do this. So you can take your time to manually paint on your image like this to get a more accurate selection, as you can see. So just take your time to paint on your image. So let's see the before and after. See the before and the after. The before and the after. I hope you find this video useful. And if you want to learn how to get background that fits your image perfectly, check out this video right here. I'll see you guys in my next one. Stay creative.